Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Ahmad Zaim bin Zakaria. My registration number 01DKM20F1008. Today, me and my group will present about Project 1. The number code is DJJ40182, which is my project is Custom Mini Jet Engine. So without wasting our time, let's go. As you can see, so this is my team. For the first presenter, which is me, Ahmad Zaim, and my team is Muhammad Fahmi Fadli bin Rosli. Registration number 01DKM20F1024, and Ahmad Syahmi bin Sharifuddin 01DKM20F1035. So first of all is Chapter 1, Introduction. 1.1 Introduction. A jet engine is a reaction engine, that is an engine which provides propulsion or thrust by expelling a reaction mass, and works in accordance with Newton's third law of motion. For every reaction force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. Most of jet engines used in aviation are a breathing, axial flow, gas turbine engine. A gas turbine is a rotary engine that extracts energy from a flow of combustion gas. Ambient air is drawn into the engine intake via an axial or centrifugal compressor, or both. Increase both the pressure and temperature of the air before feeding it into the combustion chamber. In the combustion chamber, fuel is added to the hot, compressed air and ignited. Once ignition has occurred, it is self-sustaining as the constant flow of air and fuel provide for continuous combustion. A high average exhaust stream produced by burning fuel or air mixture leave the combustion chamber, passing through one or more turbines which serve to drive the compressor. The remaining exhaust gas is ejected through a nozzle, providing thrust to propel the aircraft forward. A turbojet engine is most efficient when the speed of the aircraft that is propels approaches the speed of the exhaust gas. In many cases, aircraft are designed for a speed much slower than that of typical jet exhaust, so the engine turbines are also used to drive other components such as fan, propeller, or other machinery. In this way, turboprop, turbofan, and turboshaft engine are optimized for the speed and the type of the aircraft that they power. So next, 1.2 Background research. A custom mini jet engine is a device used when students want to know about the engine, and most students do not know the basic of knowledge about engines, especially students who take mechanical engineering course. This engine jet provide no benefits in terms of knowledge, practical if the project is already or fully completed. First, this engine jet is quite difficult to done, but with enough knowledge, learning and education, it will certainly be easy to make and understand about this jet engine. It is real effect in terms of pros and cons. One of the advantage is that it can be used on other projects, while the disadvantage are relatively high capital consumption. One of the parts of this jet engine is a turbine. For the price of a turbine worth 200 ringgit Malaysia. The material used is stainless steel worth 100 ringgit with the relevant size, and many other parts of the jet engine that consume relatively high capital. Although the capital to manufacture this engine is relatively high, the result after that can give pleasure to knowledge to everyone. So next, 1.3 Problem Statement. So the first is, students are not able to fully understand the mechanical method in jet engine. Second, the access for jet engine is limited in most of learning place. And the third, design of mini jet engine is difficult to describe. And 1.4, objective. First one is to design the main parts of mini jet engine. Second, to analyze the best design, for example, when choosing part at morphological chart. And the third is to create a drawing, for example, using AutoCAD to make 2D and 3D drawing. And 1.5, research question. So the first one is, do you think the custom mini jet engine is important? Second, do you believe the custom mini jet engine safety feature should be prioritized? Thirdly, do you have been faced the problem on how to study about the jet engine? Fourth, do you know how this process is carried out? 5. Do you have ever met or seen a jet engine? 6. Do you think students study about aviations using real jet engine model is completely safe? Next, 1.6, scope. So the scope of this project is aviation students and will be used as apparatus in plane lab. 1.7, significance of research. Project results are important for, first one is, facilitate students to learn the use of the jet engine. Second, can be used on other project applications such as control aircraft. So next slide is 1.8, definition of terms or operation. When we talk about jet engine, we too tend to think of the rocket-like tubes that fire exhaust gas backward. Another basic bit of physics, Newton's third law of motion, tells us that as a jet engine's exhaust gas shoots back, the plane itself must move forward. It exactly like a skateboarder kicking back on the pavement to go forward. In a jet engine, it's the exhaust gas that provide the kick. In everyday words, the action is equal and opposite to the reaction. The action moves the exhaust gas, while the reaction moves the plane. But not all jet engines work this way. Some produce hardly any rocket exhaust at all. Instead, most of their power is harnessed by the turbine, and the shaft attached to the turbine is used to power a propeller, a rotor blade, a giant fan, or an electricity generator. We will look at these different types of a gas turbine jet engine in a bit more detail in a moment. First, let's look at how a simple jet engine makes its power. So the next slide is 1.9, expected result. This simplified diagram shows you the process through which a jet engine converts the energy in fuel into kinetic energy that makes a plane soar through the air. This slows the air down by about 60% and its speed is now about 400 km per hour. A second fan called a compressor squeezes the air by about 8 times, and this dramatically increases its temperature. The burning mixture reached a temperature of around 900 degrees Celsius. The exhaust gases rush past a set of turbine blades, spinning them like a windmill. Since the turbine gains energy, the gases must lose the same amount of energy, and they do so by cooling down slightly and losing pressure. The compressor and the fan are also connected to this axle. So as the turbine blades spin, they also turn the compressor and the fan. The hot exhaust gases exit the engine through a tapering exhaust nozzle. Just as water squeezed through a narrow pipe accelerates dramatically into a fast jet, the tapering design of the exhaust nozzle helps to accelerate the gas to a speed of over 2,100 km per hour. The backward moving exhaust gases power the jet forward because the plane is much bigger and heavier than the exhaust gases it product. The exhaust gases have a zoom backward much faster than the plane's own speed. In brief, we can see that each main part of the jet engine does a different thing to the air or fuel mixture passing through. So the first one is compressor. Dramatically increase the pressure of the air, its temperature. Second is combustion chamber. Dramatically increase the temperature of the air-fuel mixture by releasing heat energy from the fuel. The third, exhaust nozzle. Dramatically increase the velocity of the exhaust gas, so powering the plane. So the last slide for me, 1.10, chapter summary. Finally, this chapter discusses the historical contents of the project to be implemented. We will list the objective of the project in this chapter to further facilitate students understanding of this engine. This chapter also includes a description of the scope and restriction of the study to be conducted. Finally, this chapter discusses the importance of projects that can be used to improve existing technologies. So I think this is all from me. I will pass the next slides to my team. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Fahmi Fadili bin Rosli and my metric number is 01DKM20F1024. Now I want to explain about Chapter 2 Littoral Review. 2.1 is Chapter Introduction. A littoral review was carried out in order to gather information pertinent to the project implementation. The focus of the research is on interventions that were complete manually or automatically. In order to ensure that each product runs well, a thorough investigation of all students is required when implementing this project. Before the project is built, it is necessary to conduct research about the method used in the custom mini jet engine process, as well as determine the type of tool utilized. The research was carried out in order to distinguish between the various approved for improvement that are currently available. As a result, all of the flaw in the invention that has to be done can be detected and improved. I hoping that the project outcome will be able to answer what students to learn about jet engine. Next, 2.3 concept or theory. Before I explain further, if you can see the picture, this is the first steam engine created in ancient time. This is the first concept come up at the time of Roman era, created by Hero of Alexandria. The aeroplane, the name of Hero invention, is a radial steam turbine which combines two nozzles at opposite sides, where vapor water leaves due to the steam formed by boiling the water inside a sphere, causing the center of the sphere to spin, generating torque. After that, this is the variant after the steam turbine, that is ramjet. The ramjet is formed by a divergent inlet and a convergent or convergent-divergent exhaust. This engine requires forward motion to product thrust with no rotating part. The air is forced to the divergent duct, followed by the conversion with fuel, where the gas will accelerate through the exhaust section to the atmosphere. And the picture below shows how ramjet works. Next, this is turbojet. The turbojet is the junction of a compressor, combustion chamber, and turbine called the gas generator, with an inlet and exhaust nose. The exhaust nose will convert most of the energy of the airflow into velocity. If you can see, these are two types in the picture. The first picture is a turbo shaft, and the second picture is turboprop L. Next, I will explain more about these two turbo. With the propeller or turbine combination comes the duct fan, prop fan, and bypass engine. In the turboprop engine, the two turbine functions are to sustain the compressor work demand and make the propeller run. In a similar engine, the turbo shaft, the turbine drive the compressor, and the second turbine will drive the fire shaft, which is turn is connected to a transmission system that rotates the helicopter blade. Turbofan. The turbofan has two turbines in which one absorbs the energy from the hot airflow and the other utilizes the excess shaft work to drive a lower pressure compressor, a fan. It has a lower pyrolysis efficient in compressing to the turboprop when they are being operated at the same cruise speed and lower velocity. Nevertheless, at higher velocity, the turbofan has advantage. Engines like the turbofan start to be and stay are widely used due to high pyrolysis efficient value when compared to turbojet. These values are explained due to the bypass airflow. Lastly, 2.4 chapter summary. With the help of literary review, we discover that each project must adhere to ideal method, project analysis, implementation, and repair in order to develop a project that addresses the problem settlement. Before beginning to develop a project, we must conduct intensive study into previous initiatives in order to create change for future projects. To ensure that the project is complete in the event of challenge, the component and equipment used in previous project must be considered and practiced on the project. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, firstly, thank you to Muhammad Fahmi Fadli for the presentation. Now I will continue the presentation. Okay, my name is Ahmad Syami bin Sharifuddin. My matric number is 01 DKM 20F1035. Okay, I will present about the chapter 3, the methodology. Okay. Methodology is about designing, gathering, evaluating data in order to create evidence that can support a study or summaries. What was investigated is known as methodology. Because particular approach and technique are used, methodology specific how an issue is explored. Okay. The methodology goal is to assist people understand the method application more broadly and in depth by providing a description of the research process. Okay. We analyze and construct existing project with our for these projects. Then the result we have got thus far have been incredible, and we are ready to move forward with the concept we have come up with. To evaluate something, that project will utilize a metric evaluation approach called the POH method or POH method and project implementation flowchart. In addition, the project planning timeline must be considered because it is a component of a successful project production factor. Okay, that's all about the methodology introduction. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, next, project design. Okay, before we running or creating a project, we must design the project first. Okay, this is because by designing the project before running it, we will get a clear picture of the creation journey of our project. and indirectly we can detect the advantage and disadvantage of our project idea. With that, we can improve our project with new ideas. In addition, this design is done by each group member, so that our group member has 3 different design based on idea from each group member. Okay. Next, we will use the morphological chart method to show the selection of parts and material we use in design. Once each design is complete, we will use the per chart method to select the best design from the design that have been produced by each group member. Finally, we will run or create a project based on the best design. Okay. So that's all about the project design. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, then data analysis method. Okay, my group has do a analysis for our project. Okay, for the analysis we have 33 response. Okay, the question is, first, do you have ever meet or seen a jet engine? Second, do you have been faced the problem on how to study about the jet engine? Third, do you think students study about aviation using real jet engine model is completely safe? And the last one, do you have any suggestion on the concept of custom mini jet engine? Okay. Next we go to the next slide to see the response. Okay, this is the response to question 1, 2 and 3 in a pie chart. Okay, next we will see the opinion from the responses. Okay, this is the opinion or suggestion from the responses. Okay, you can look at the answer and suggestion at the slide. Okay, next we will see the component of mini jet engine. Okay, this is the component or part of the mini jet engine. Okay, first we have outer casing, shaft, housing shaft, combustion chamber, turbine wheel, compressor shaft. Okay. Okay, next this is the other component or part of the mini jet engine. We have inflow flange, nozzle, engine assemble, compressor and full distributor. Okay, that's all the component of the mini jet engine. Okay, this is the house of quality. Okay, in the house of quality we have people requirement and technical requirement. Okay, for people requirement we have user safety, power, acceleration, durability. Okay, and for the technical requirement we have design, mechanism and material. Okay, you can see at the table. Okay, we have 3 color of triangle. Okay, for the red one is the low relaxation shape. Okay, for the medium one we have green color, and for the purple triangle is high relaxation shape. Okay, we create low is 1, medium is 2 and high is 3. So we can calculate the technical requirement and people requirement. So we can calculate technical requirement between people requirement, and we can get the important rating for the project. Okay, this is the function of house of quality in our project. Okay, that's all. Okay, now we go to the project development method. Okay, in this slide we have morphological chart and concept design. Okay, just now I will tell us about the morphological chart. Okay, Now I will tell again. Morphological chart function is to choose the best design. Okay. Second, the concept design will just follow the morphological chart and be that for the one design. Okay, now we got the three sketch of the three idea of group member. Okay, we have design 1, design 2 and design 3. Okay, this is the per chat. Okay, you can see in the table we have criteria for the design. Okay, first, size, cost, safety, shape, time taken to assemble, durability. Okay, from this per chart we use to select the best design for our project. Okay, so after we choose the best design, we choose the first design. Okay, you can see at the slide project layout. Okay, picture and the sketch. Okay, this is the design we choose for our project. Okay, now we add the 3.4 is fabrication method. Okay, fabrication method used to tell us the journey of the project 1. Okay, you can see at the fabrication method. Firstly we do is title approve. Next we do proposal preparation. Okay, then we find the problem statement. We do purpose, objective and scope. Okay, after that we generate concept. Okay, like I tell just now, we have 3 idea from each group member. Okay, after that we do the literature review. Okay, then methodology, compare and select. Okay, other than that we'll do the bill of material and cost of material for the project. Okay, next we do test or evaluation. Okay, after that we get the result and analysis. Okay, presentation and then finish. Okay, this is the estimated cost of the project. Okay, you can see at the table all the calculation of the material. Okay, and we can see the quantity we buy and the cost of the material. Okay, and the last for the chapter 3 methodology, we have this summary. Okay, data collection, project design, material selection and material cost are key factors in project success. Okay, first we use a Google form filled with question about the project we are doing to find out users' opinion about the project we will do. Okay, we'll also use the house of quality method, calculate user requirement and how to overcome them. Okay, then the collection of data related to the project is very helpful to know about the opinion and requirement of user about the project. Other than that, the project design produced by each group member also help us in choosing the best design for the project. Okay, we use the method of morphological chart and per chart to select the best design from several designs produced by group members. Furthermore, the selection of material is also a major factor in designing and creating a project. This is because with the selection of good and accurate materials for the project will have a positive impact for the project and the user. Finally, project cost calculation is also very important to do before we run a project. Okay. That's all about the summary of chapter 3, methodology. Okay, the last one, attachment. We have Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart is story about our journey from first week until the last week in DJJ 40182 project 1. Okay, you can see at the table our activity from week 1 until the last week 14. Okay, the last one is reference. Okay, reference we do is important because we'll find the information from Google and YouTube. Okay, we'll always find information about the custom intelligent engine from the Google and the YouTube. Okay, especially YouTube, because in YouTube have many video about to do the custom intelligent engine, and from that I and other group member get idea to do the custom mini jet engine for the project. Okay, so that's all for the proposal presentation. Thank you and bye.